Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this week's Weekly Insights and Guidance. And if you are new to the channel, Weekly Insights and Guidance are simple, 4 actionable steps that you can apply in real time that allows you to attune to the energies that are surrounding you as well as your own unique universe. Our 4 actionable steps comes from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette, which is perfect for personal practice, your own divinatory use, journal prompts, as well as if you are a professional practitioner. So there is a lot of cosmic energy that is happening. We are in the midst of eclipse season. There are five planets are retrograde currently, which includes Mercury, but no need to panic. I did write a blog post giving my perspective on retrogrades with tarot as my muse. I will have the link to my blog in the description so that you can check it out at your own leisure. We are coming upon a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn on Tuesday, so please check your natal charts to see where the moon lies in your natal chart as well as where Capricorn lies in your natal chart and how that is going to affect you. Tap into your local astrologers. They will give you insight on how to navigate this eclipse energy. But if anything, eclipse is about healing, is about transformation, and this one is going to be about letting go. So please be mindful of how your body is reacting to a lot of the cosmic energy that is happening. This week I have been completely exhausted, and I have checked in with other people who are spiritually inclined, who are highly sensitive persons, and they have been experiencing the same type of exhaustion. Your body may be going through different types of release, purging, physical purging, spiritual purging. Your dreams are going to be extra lucid during this time, so just be mindful. Take notes, recognize patterns, be mindful of different patterns, and just be cognizant of how your body is attuning to everything that is happening to you. Do your spiritual baths. There are plenty of places where you can find spiritual baths, or simple spiritual bath that you can do. Some Epsom salt, pink Himalayan salt, some rosemary oil, and some hyssop oil is a quick cleanse that you can utilize. You can do a white bath with white flowers, coconut milk, some Florida water, and some cacarea, which is the chalk that you can find at a botanica, which is a nice clean cleansing bath that you can utilize to cleanse your aura and sweeten your spirit, just so you can have that added protection around yourself. So be mindful of your body during all of this cosmic weather that we are experiencing. So in the preservation of time, I have pre-shuffled and pre-pulled the cards. So let's get right to it. Our first actionable step for this week is you're the boss. You are the boss. And what does that mean? It means that you are the CEO of you. And I like to say that all the time. Those of you who've been following Weekly Insights and Guidance since IGTV, and I may start putting them back on IGTV. But you know that I always say that you are the CEO of you. You are the boss. So no one else's beliefs can be imposed upon you unless you allow them to be imposed upon you. No one else's energy can be imposed upon you unless you allow it to be imposed upon you. No one can make decisions for you unless you allow people to make decisions for you. I was looking at an old video from Ajna Sura. You follow her on Instagram, she is amazeballs, and she made a very good point about us being understanding that we are the entity that lives in the vessel, that lives in the avatar, that is us, and that there's so many of us who think we are the car, and we are not the car, because when you think you are the car, you allow people to drive you. And that is so important. When you think you are the vessel, you allow people to tap into you and tap into your energy resource and take from you, as opposed to you understanding that you are the energy that lives in the vessel. So be mindful of that in this coming week, that you are the boss. You are the CEO of you. You are the energy that lives in the vessel that guides the avatar, right? So step 1 in this week's Insights and Guidance, you're the boss. Step 2 in this week's Insights and Guidance, call on your healer guides. Again, we are experiencing a lot of cosmic energy that is happening. There's eclipse energy that's happening. There's full moon energy that is happening. Planets are retrograde currently. There's other type of planetary activity that we just don't know about. There are portals happening that are opening and closing. There are shifts occurring. People are going through their own elevation and ascension process, and that may take a huge toll on your body. I may recommend some baths, as I did in the beginning of the video, but you you may need some additional deep healing, some additional guidance. So call on your healer guides. Move intuitively this month. Since Mercury's retrograde is the entire month, move intuitively this month. Tap into your inner knowing. Really get connected with your higher self. Really get connected to your divine army, to your spirit guides. You call on your healer guides when you need rest of self, when you need peace of mind. So be aware of how your body is reacting to everything that's happening. Be aware of how your body is reacting to other people, because as you are navigating your daily life, you may respond to people in a different way that you normally wouldn't respond to, because right now Mercury is in Leo. So you may not be the most expressive person, but during this time, something may be triggering you to be more verbose than usual, more expressive than usual, that may be more insightful than usual, and more aggressive than usual. And that may take a toll on you, because you may not know how to navigate that fiery energy that Mercury and Leo has. So be open to calling on your healer guides to provide rest, reset, and refresh to your body and to your spirit. So step 2 in this week's insights and guidance, call on your healer guides. Step 3 in this week's insights and guidance, fake it till you make it. I don't really like the fake it till you make it ideology, because it just means that you're not being your authentic self. But what I will say is, find what gives you peace of mind. Find what makes you happy, and focus on that as you are going through this shift that you may be experiencing, this transformation that you may be experiencing, as everything is maybe chaotic with you, or it may seem as if things are chaotic. Where can you find your peace in the midst of the chaos? And that is where calling on your healer guides is going to be very helpful to you, because they will be able to navigate you to find out what brings your soul peace. Because remember, this is the avatar, but we are not the avatar. We are the entity that lives inside the avatar. Our body is a vessel, but our soul is what has the plan. Our soul is what is navigating our body to do whatever it is that our soul wants to do. So once we surrender to what our spirit and our soul wants to achieve in this lifetime, we don't necessarily have to fake anything. We can allow our soul to guide us, and we can find joy in the midst of all the ebb and flows that we experience, all the up and downs that we experience, all the highs and lows that we experience. And we can find that peace that our soul knows what it is. And as we are going through whatever it is that we are going through, we know that that feeling of peace and rest resides in us, and we can tap into that source at any time. So step 3 in this week's insights and guidance, fake it till you make it, which is really find your peace. Step 4 in this week's insights and guidance, get grounded. So important during this time of a lot of cosmic energy that we are experiencing, a lot of shifts that we are experiencing, all types of portals and veils that are being opened. Finding your center is so important, because without understanding how to find your center, you will never have alignment. You will never have peace. Getting grounded could be something so simple as going outside and putting your feet in the grass. Reconnecting with the earth is the best way to get grounded, because as we are the entity that lives inside the avatar, our avatar is connected to the earth. We have a strong connection to Mother Nature. So getting out in nature, going to the beach, putting your feet in some grass, hugging a tree. And I know people laugh at folks who hug trees, but really, have you even thought about the energy of a tree? Have you thought about everything that they have seen in their own lifespan? Trees are thousands of years old. Do you know what type of energy that holds when you hug a tree? I'm just saying, don't knock it till you try it, and don't discount it until you really allow yourself to be open and understand what that energy feels like. But getting grounded and getting centered with yourself is so important. Take your spiritual baths, and we talk about using salt in a spiritual bath. 1, because it is cleansing and it is protecting your aura, but 2, because it is a form of the earth. The salt comes from the earth, and that allows you to get grounded. So find your center this week, because there's a lot happening, and you, as you are being fluid and flexible in how your experience looks this week, you don't want to be too open where you don't have anything to grasp or to hold on to. So step 4 in this week's insights and guidance is get grounded. So let's wrap up. Step 1 in this week's insights and guidance, you're the boss. You are the CEO of you. No one can shape and mold this human experience except you. And no one can step into your space and your realm and try to influence you unless you allow yourself to be influenced. Remember, you are the entity that lives inside the avatar, and no one else can drive you but you unless you, again, allow them to. Step 2 in this week's insights and guidance is to call on your healer guides. There's a lot of cosmic energy that is happening this week, this month overall. So do not be afraid to tap into your divine army and ask them to guide you in the ways in which you can find peace and rest of self. Step 3 in this week's insights and guidance, fake it till you make it, aka find your happiness. Find the peace within yourself that allows you to navigate this cosmic weather, to find peace in the midst of the chaos, because we all go through ups and downs. Everybody go through some shit, but allowing that shit to overtake you is going to throw you off course. So find what makes you happy. Find your joy. What sparks joy? What sparks passion? What sparks pleasure in your life? Seek out those things as you are going through whatever tumultuous energy you are experiencing currently, so that you can be reminded that this space that you are in, this tumultuous energy that you are experiencing, is only going to allow you to gain the strength and the wisdom that you need to move forward on your path. And step 4 is to get grounded. Find your center, find your alignment, connect with nature. Understand that your connection with nature is what's always going to keep you tethered to the earthly realm as you are ascending in spiritual uplift. Getting grounded allows you to remain centered while you are finding your peace within the midst of the chaos, and allows you to not just bend but flow, because when you are rooted like a tree, you can grow and flow and not be swayed or deterred. And that is our weekly insights and guidance. I hope something said here is impactful to you. I am going to pull a oracle card for focus, and this is from the Amenti Oracle. And our affirmation for this week is, I honor virtue. I honor virtue. What does that mean for you? What does honoring virtue mean to you and for you? How does that work as you are navigating this cosmic energy? The virtue is your patience is a virtue. It's something that you hold on to. It's a truth. It's a valid truth for you. So how do you honor virtue? How do you honor your valid truth? So again, thank you for tapping into this week's insights and guidance. I hope something said here is impactful to you and for you. Again, thank you as always for tapping in, and love and light.